into the center of the mat, heels together, toes slightly apart. It's like a standing fish is what this stance is. It's like you can think of this as your fish tail. Easier to balance than just the plain Tadasana. And easier to feel the chi, the light, whatever you like to imagine, streaming through the crown of your head, down the spine, and spreading through the feet. Let's just take a moment, since you mentioned it, let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Just lifting the chest. Balancing the weight and creating our intention. Where we want to go in our practice, we're on a new year. Let's just create a little mini goal for this month even. Like what would you want to have changed by the end of the month? Just like a small little thing. And I'm seeing my goals too. I'm doing a lot of visualization of what I want to see in my practice. So just a small visualization, small goal, doesn't have to be big. And then nice deep inhale, step the feet apart. Hop. And just gentle jumping. And the hop. With a hop, we break whatever that resistance is that might be keeping us from that goal. Hop, 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 hop. We can also let go of any holiday residual. I don't know if anyone does any kind of overeating, but sometimes that, we can hop that out. I don't know if that's true. Holidays tend to have a lot of good food around though. Yeah. So just getting everything mobilized. 7 a.m. And holding that, just what we've done so far. Sensing into your chi field. I can already feel it just from that little jumping that we did. And pressing it down. And let's knock on the door of life. That's it. And even as we do this, we can start to feel how we can be really solid in the navel and really relaxed in the upper body. I think that's going to be a theme for how we'll work this whole practice. It's like there's a firmness and a stability that comes from deep in the abs. Which allows us to relax the shoulders. And so here I just want you to feel that you're twisting around that center, that firm center. Tapping the Ming Men at the lower back and the front of the hip bone. Great. And then tapping the front of the shoulder and the Ming Men at the lower back. Great, tapping it out. And this is, if I was going to give any homework assignment, this would be it. If you only can do one thing a day, do this. Especially if you got a lot of sitting coming up. You mentioned it's a busy work month. I don't know if that's a busy sitting work month.
Yep, that's all I do is sit.
Okay, then you got to do this. You got to get up and do this every 45 minutes or every hour. Okay, that's how I would manage it. 2 more. Like every hour, you do 5 minutes swing and tap. And then let me know how your body feels at the end of the day.
Okay.
You're going to feel fresh, Lori. Okay, let it unwind. And then here we go. Swing and throwing that bucket of water over the shoulder. Nice big swing with the weight. Little bounce in the knee.
You're keeping both heels down, right?
Yep. Yeah, and I'm really tethering my arms into my core. And so my arms and my shoulders are completely free. I'm holding on with my core. And then when I twist, I turn to look over my back shoulder, and it's really getting my middle spine, my lower back, all of that. 2 more. Last one. Great. Swing it out. And let's just digest that for a moment, just feeling the reverberation of those movements through the body. It's echoing through the body. Because our subtle body is still actually doing it. Great. And then interlace, pressing up for fireworks. Because it's morning for you. So it's good to do fireworks. Open, press, look right, and ha. And remember that I'm mirroring you. And inhale. Oh, I didn't mirror you actually. Inhale, now you look right, and ha. 2 more. Big inhale, stretch open, and ha. One more. Look left, and ha. Great. Hands come forward and pull back to the waist. Fingertips turn towards the waist. Internally rotate both arms. And we go into this stretching the side neck, very long line here, and a strong internal rotation of both arms. This is intense just as it is, but if you want to add a small nod while your head's tilted, you can. And release. Palms up. And we pull back, internally rotate. Right ear to right shoulder. And stretching, opening that left side neck. You should feel it all the way down your arm. Spiraling around the forearm. And nodding up and down. Let me know if those beats are too loud. Whew, release. Back so the hands come together. We swim. Scoop back the kidney and exhale. external rotation of both arms, long fingers, left ear to left shoulder. Stretch and optional nodding. Release. And last one, swim. Scoop at the kidney, externally rotate, right ear to right shoulder as you stretch with long fingers, long neck. Feeling it all the way into the forearm, and then nodding is optional. Wow, and release. And just gently hold, tune in. You should be feeling a rush of chi all through your upper body, shoulders, arms, and hands. Great. And we go right into these hip circles. So this is my new kick, Lori. I'm doing this wrist circle with a hip circle. It's like multitasker. And just a great way to get the wrists warmed up. If you want, you can either kind of hit this kind of little crane position with a hand where the fingertips come to the thumb, as the hips make a nice big circle. And then we just reverse. Everything goes the other way. Hips and the hand rotation. So if you ever feel like you need to belch, burp while you're doing this Qigong, it's actually considered a really good sign that you're really moving your chi. And I just bring it up because it just happened to me. But yeah, some of these Chi Master guys, it's just, I mean, quite frankly, it's a little bit disgusting. This is like they belch, you know. 2 more. Last one. And let's just hold that movement for just a moment. A lot of aliveness up the arms and wrists. And then we take it right into teacups. So I'll take my right hand, left hand on the belly, and then those fingers come in and you make this big circle. That's it. See, once we get this down, a lot of us have a tendency to kind of rush it, you know, to kind of race a little bit. See if you can slow it down. I think people just get so excited because when they can actually do it, and then they're... And really feel that spot below the navel suck back as you take your hips back. Really activating the core, even on this one. Really driving it from the navel or the spot just below the navel. Last one this side. And we switch. Right hand on the lower dantian. That's it. This one is really great for all the shoulder and neck stuff. And if you're feeling really comfortable with the movement, you can go ahead and close your eyes. Two more. Last one. Here we go, doubles. I'm only doing doubles with one other person other than you. Pull it back and bring it around. Bringing that full wave into the spine. It's looking good. Curl and open. Curl it in and open. Ooh. Big wave motion in the spine. Two more, then we switch. Last one. Okay, last one. Serve the tea, okay? Serve so the thumb leads on this one. Bring it around. You present the tea. There we go. Yes, like here, have some tea. And the thumbs come in. That's right, they come back. Yes. Wow, I'm finding a speed bump in my shoulder with this one. Two more. Last one. Wow, it's like, where does it end? And hold. Dropping the tailbone down. Letting your awareness rest in the spinal column. Sitting back on your kangaroo tail. Exhale, pressing it down. All right. So we got to do something for these poor ankles after all that. How are you with this standing ankle rotation? Is this doable for you?
Yep.
All right. So just tuck the toe and roll the ankle. And then take it the other way. And switch, tuck the toe. And nice big circle. And you don't have to go fast like I'm going, you can go slow, medium. And change direction. All right. Getting through these warm-ups. Little crane. I like to stretch my toes the other way here. All right. Feet all the way together. We'll interlace. Here's another one of these movements that wakes up these core muscles. So just nice big circles. And actually we'll go a little bit slow with control. Knees stay together as you bend the knees at the bottom. Hands come down and the knees bend. Hands come up and the knees straight. Have we done this one before?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, this is a nice. Boy, I'm getting everything's warmed up now. Ooh, 2 more. Squeeze the midline. It's kind of like the dragon. It does kind of similar things as the swimming dragon. And other way, this is a little less complicated. Yeah, just squeeze and hug the midline. And we'll sense in how those lats are just weaving into those oblique abdominals. Wow, 2 more. And last one. Great, open the hands. Let's come down, hands to the knees. It's a little slight variation. I'm just kind of trying to mix this up a little bit. We'll take a couple little pulsations here with the knees together, and then we'll do this Charleston maneuver. 1, 2, and 3, and then a couple more pulsations. And then Charleston the other way, open, around, and back the other way. And then just do a couple more rounds like this, just at your own pace. Just pulse and circle and pulse and circle. Just so we can get our thighs to start waking up. Ooh, I think it's working. Last one. Great, separate the feet. Kind of medium wide and hang. Taking a swing or swaying your hips, whatever your body is feeling in the mood for. Oh, I'm sorry, that was bad. Great, bend the knees, tuck the chin, rolling up, inhale. Let's let the arms come out, up overhead, inhale. Big inhale, dive forward, swan dive, exhale. Bend the knees, tuck the chin, rolling up. And let's do a few of these at your own pace. So big inhale, and it's a swan dive, lead with the heart. Bend the knees, tuck the tail, rolling up. Big inhale, big exhale. Swan dive. Roll. I'm just going to turn to the side. 2 more. And the last one, you stay forward. Feet are almost all the way to Prasarita, not quite.
Hands to either the feet, ankles, or the floor, just for these wide squats. Still getting these thighs to say hello. So dropping the bum and then opening up the backs of the knees as the crown of the head moves down to the floor. Great, 2 more. Last one. Hold it with straight legs. And then tuck the chin and let's just roll up with straight legs. Inhale, arms come out. And then down the center line, bending the knees, turn the fingertips down. We'll hold this Haikini Mudra just underneath the navel. Just let yourself collect all that prana. So this is what they use, this belly, they use as their battery storage area. They condense it really small into a chi ball and they hold it right behind the navel. And so we're here, we're storing all that energy we just stirred up with all those moves, all those meridians we opened. Feeling the chi, the prana singing through your body. Great. And straightening the legs. Let's turn the toes out slightly. So we're getting ready to do our horse sequence. So legs are pretty wide. And here's what it's going to look like tonight. So we're going to inhale. We'll do this crane movement with our hands. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale to the horse. Ooh. Inhale, side bend. Just go ahead and mirror me. That's right. And then exhale. That's right. Inhale. Exhale, horse. Sit right back on the kangaroo tail. Inhale, side bend the other way. And namaste. Okay, that's the sequence. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and low. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now inhale, we'll just stay for a moment. Stay and sway. Lifting the armpit, chest, weight in the heels. Woo. The tailbone is slightly tucking forward. Great. Press. Toes forward, open, everything wide. Let's interlace our fingers behind the back. And exhale. drop the wrists. Drop the crown of the head. Great, back off on the shoulder stretch. And bend the knees, tuck the chin, rolling up the spine, arms circle back and behind. Inhale. And holding again right below the navel, Hakini Mudra. Collecting the chi. It's a very stabilizing posture. Let it come down. Okay, Lori, one more leg maneuver, and then we're going to go to the floor for some abs. So I've been doing this movement because the tree, because I've neglected it for such a long time, and it's just a really basic yoga pose. We shouldn't neglect it. So how we're going to work it, is we're going to touch the floor as if we're going to go into Utkatasana, but we're just going to bring our arms out to the side. We're going to take a couple of pulsations here. 1, 2, 3, standing up. And then tree. Steady spot to gaze. Take that foot out. And a side bend. Also on a side bend kick. Great. Back to the center. So these pulsations are kind of to feel the wiring of our legs up underneath the navel. So that's what that's about. So when we touch, we want to kind of get the weight back in our heels. The butt is definitely sticking out in the back. Pulsing. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, coming up. Comes into the tree on the other side. Yeah, the foot presses in the leg presses in the foot. The pulsation is what really helps you find the top of your legs. You're doing great. I know we haven't pulled this out of the box in a long time. And then that foot steps out and side bend. So I did this in my group class, you know, it was pretty wobbly the first time I introduced it, but they got better the second time. Okay, one more round. Bend the knees, touch. Arms come out to the side. Little pulsation. 1, 2, 3, coming up. First leg, Vrikshasana. Lift the armpit, chest, steady spot to gaze. Take that foot out and side bend. So you side bend towards a tree foot. Great, last one. Bend the knees, touch, arms out to the side, knees stay together. Pulse, 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 coming up. Woo, right into the tree. Steady gaze. This is one of the first poses they started talking about drishti, because it's like that's the only thing you got to hang on with is your gaze. Amazing. Step it out. You're doing great. Step it out and side bend. Woo.
Shake and hold. Great. Okay, here we go, Lori. We're going to transition to the floor. So we turn our toes out. Inhale, squatting down. You up for some dynamic squatting?
Sure.
Okay, pressing up. And exhale. This is another one that can really wire those legs right into the abs. Exhale. Feel the roots of the legs at the psoas. Way up, even slightly above the navel is the tops of the legs. Press it up. Press the hands down. This last one we're going to stay. Inhale. Exhale. If we can ever survive until we get to our abs. Great. And then we'll just turn to lie on your back. Please have your brick on hand. Soles of the feet together. Let's just lie back. Let's just digest all that. Great, and then the knees close, and we'll just take the legs up and begin these tiny little touches, navel down to the floor, or navel down to the spine, spine down to the floor, and oh, I love how I can see you. How mindful of you to have that camera angle so I can actually see you. This is it. So see if you can reach out a little bit farther with your toe if you can. Ooh, that really ups the ante though. So just work wherever you can. Great. Wow. Woo. Supta Baddha Konasana. Lying back and rest. Okay, so I've got a new abdominal sequence. I don't think I've done these with you before, but I could be wrong. So this is a yoga crunch, and we're going to start from Supta Baddha Konasana. The soles of the feet are together. We're just going to take our hands and interlace the fingers behind the head. Okay, so I want you to pretend that you're a book. So right now the book is open. All we're going to do here is we're going to crunch up and close the book. So the knees and the arms can close. Back presses down to the floor, navel presses in, and then open the book, lie down. Does that make sense? So the toes stay on the floor, but you do come up on the toes when you close the book. And so just come up and down, do a few at your own pace. And then we'll add on to this in a minute. So as we're crunching up, we're aiming to roll the shoulder blades off the floor. Getting the upper and the lower abs. Okay, adding on. We're going to crunch up, extend the legs, lower the legs, and open the book. So it's crunch, extend, lower, and lower everything. Lower, and lower. That's it. So crunch in,
extend the legs, toes touch the floor, lie down, open the book, and keep going. Okay, next time the legs come up, we're going to keep them up there. We're just going to lie down the upper body. Okay? This is the last movement in this series. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, legs are up. We're going to open the knees, curl up, touch the elbows to the knees, and then lay down, extend the legs. So it just goes back and forth like this. Touch and extend. Let me know if you get lost. Curl. So the knees separate. They separate wide. They touch the elbows. Wowzers. 2 more. This is going to definitely bring those abs. Gonna wake them up. Okay, let's go ahead. Wow. Let's put the brick underneath the sacrum and Baddha Konasana. Reaching under if you want to tie it off. Great. Okay, so let's just do, I know that was kind of toasty, right? So let's just do a couple of, actually, you know what, let's remove the brick. There's another new one I wanted to do. We're going to bring our legs up. I'm just going to touch the toes away from the body and reverse crunch for the lower abs. So touch the toes away from the bum and then peel the hips off the floor. Upper body's lying down, shoulders are relaxed. It's just all in the lower abs from the navel down. Just peel the sacrum off the floor. The farther you touch your toes away is the more challenging it's going to be. Two more. Okay, last one. Woo! Okay, onto the brick. I know we're feeling those holidays, right? I believe the term is flow ho. Flow ho, yeah. When I was inviting one of my friends to come to my class, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I've been a real flow ho since the pandemic." I guess that's like kind of like, I don't know if she's on the couch or what, but
It was a good term. Okay, I think we've done enough. So let's do a counter pose, which we're going to remove the brick. Got a couple counter poses coming up. We're going to walk our shoulders underneath, press the sacrum up. See if we can keep the feet parallel, not allowing the knees to splay out too much. Press the sacrum towards the ceiling. Getting any amount of stretch in the belly. Glutes will start to engage. Great, and we roll down. Whew. Heels come in close, arms out to the side, little twist with the heels drawn in. Just very nice and slow and gentle. We just go back and forth. Great, last one. Okay, here's the transition. Now, I've added on to this transition. You're going to love it. So holding underneath the knees, rolling up. This is it. So the hands will come behind. Yeah, you can do this one, right? Table. Pressing up, so this is a nice big stretch for the shoulders. If you can get your sacrum up, even the abs get a little bit of a stretch. Woo. And then what about the pull through? So if you, yeah, can you pull through? And lift, this is it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's the transition, Lori. Scoot the feet in. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And roll over the toes. Your favorite. Yikes. Do we need to do it again?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now that you know where we're going, let's go back. Let's go back. So let's do one more table. Okay? Table, pull through, and then without even lowering down, we're just going to scoop both legs in. Okay? So inhale, table, lift, 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 pull through, hop, lift, lift, lift. Now scoot the feet in and just push. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, let's come off the toes, because I know it's not a super easy one. And we're right here into the cat. Okay, I'm just going to turn around so we're there. There we go. Phew! Finally made it to cat. Whew. And with these cat, I guess this is technically called the cow, right? When we do the belly stretches down. That's considered the cow. So with that one, we can really stretch those abs. Great, 2 more. Last one. Let's tuck the toes, press right back, downward facing dog. Okay, let's see if we can do some of these. So walk your hands out a little bit farther. Let's go plank and ekapada.
just like we did before. See if we can feel those arms wiring into the torso. Nice solid plank, 2 more. Last one. Let's come down and take child pose. Great, I'm just gonna check our time. How are you doing, by the way? All right. Oh, I think we're actually doing reasonably well. Because we actually talked a long time at the beginning, so. All right. So before we go into our forearm plank, let's do a couple of these roll through to the lazy up dog with the knees down. Just a few of these rolls. It's just kind of like a continuation of the cat roll. You don't have to close off the child's pose all the way. It can be loose. We're trying to get that nice rounding action as you roll forward. Okay, this next one will be the last one. We'll round forward. Inhale, this one we'll tuck the toes and we'll lift the knees off into an actual upward dog with the toes tucked. If you want to rock slightly, you can. And then let's come to cat. Let's just do this, thread the needle to neutralize that. So extending that outside arm and thread it through. Yes. Oh, I love it when the mirroring actually works. Oh my God. And coming up. Other hand, reaching up, and exhale, thread it through. Great. Okay, so this is what I have in mind. These are guaranteed to start to bring in this kind of feeling of the shoulders feeding into the abs. So the first one we'll do, which I believe we've done before. The forearms kind of stack one in front of the other. We come into a forearm plank, forearm plank. And then we're going to turn back and forth to forearm vasisthasana. Dynamic. Yeah, we want to try to avoid the hips slunking down too much. Let me know how it's going. Good. 2 more. Good. Last one.
Great. Let's come on down. And come all the way down to the belly. And just rest. What do you think? How'd it work?
I can feel it in my legs.
Okay, good. So, yeah, it looked a little bit bumpy, to be honest. Tiny bit bumpy, so we'll work this until it gets smooth, and then when that gets smooth, we'll go back to the full arm Vasisthasana.
Okay.
Because see, once all these shoulder and ab muscles, core muscles are strong, then it's not going to be such a burden on the wrists and the shoulders with the full Vasisthasana. Okay, so let's just come into this small sphinx while we're here on our tummy. Just no big deal. Just a very gentle belly down back bend, but roll your shoulders back and down. Press your forearms into the floor. Try to manufacture some length. The anterior spine. Lifting the chin. And then roll it down. And let's just do this kind of, what is this? Windshield wiper with the feet. Okay, so we got one more forearm plank move, and then we're going to start cooling it down. Okay, and so this one, it's just pure work. So what we'll do is this time we'll interlace our fingers and we'll come up into this real solid plank position, pressing the forearms into the floor, and then just lift one leg at a time. You can either flex, I'm flexing my foot. If you prefer to point, you can. Try to get that glute to fire. But this definitely is going to pull those shoulders to say hello. I feel a lot in my shoulders. Great, 2 more. Last one. Yikes. Roll it down. Wow. Okay, we got to do a counter pose for that one. And here it is. So hands under the shoulders, pressing all the way up onto the knees. And we're going to take this half camel. Yeah. So just press your sacrum forward. You can gaze up to your upper hand. 1, 2, 3. And windmill it up. And then other side. That outside hand comes up and over. Stretch, press your sacrum forward. Shoulders down, reach up to the ceiling. 1, 2, and 3. Windmill it down, and let's just sit down in Mandukasana. Knees wide, toes close. And let's just try to collect ourselves here. Place the thumb and the index finger together for Chin Mudra. And just stabilize. Tongue to palate. Bringing your attention, your awareness on your spine, spinal column. Great. It's a very great stabilizing pose. In fact, that could even be like instead of a shavasana. Okay, we're gonna do the Buddha tonight. So let's lie on our side. I'm just gonna, that's right, reclining Buddha. And just, as we take this, what's that?
Are your legs straight?
For this one, yeah, they are. This is an actual, there's a lot of Buddha statues in this posture. And so just see if you can embody that incredible peace and the stability of the Buddha. And then bend that down leg. That's why I love the yoga poses, is because I kind of like, they help us to enter into that energy. Is exactly what they're doing. Great, this is looking good. This is countering all those little back bends we did, releasing the sacroiliac joint. Bring that leg down. This is going to be very sneaky, Lori. I think we've done this before. Coming up on this forearm. This top leg comes over. Here we go. Lift. Just when we thought the Vasisthasanas were over, press this leg back. And then as an option, if you want, you can check it out, but you don't have to. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Bring it back down. Woo. And let's just scoot to the other side. For the Buddha. Feeling that peace, that shanti of the Buddha. Great. And then that bottom leg bends, grabbing that upper foot and extend. Even here, see if you can hold on in the navel, stabilize in the navel if you start getting wobbly. Yeah, either flex. I like to point sometimes. Release down. Version 2. Top leg comes over. And push. Optional, straightening out that upper leg. 1, 2, 3. Great. Bring it down. Yep. And there we did it. Wow. We made it. Okay, Supta Baddha Konasana. It's amazing we're not even late. I can't hardly imagine how I managed this, Larry. I think I did less warm-ups is what we did.
Okay, let's bring the feet to standing. Let's do our 2-for-1 pose. If you have your strap, we really should use it. But this is just going to be a quickie, and then we'll take a Shavasana. So outside leg will cross for figure 4 and grab it through. And then keeping this figure 4 leg, we're just going to extend this other leg. This is what I meant by the 2-for-1. So it's probably best if we use the strap to loop the foot. Because it's actually not recommended to hold behind the knee on these tendons. Yeah, if you can get above the knee onto the calf, that's fine. But I've had teachers that, they just start to go ballistic if you're grabbing yourself on those tendons. So I don't dare touch those tendons because there's going to be like severe injury or something. But I really like this one. This is a very, it's another one of these multitasker poses. That actually not everybody can do. Great, and let's change. Inside leg crosses for the figure 4. And pull it in. Shoulders relax. Jaw relaxes. And then when you're ready, extending that outside leg, grabbing below the knee, or above rather, since we're upside down. It's hard to tell what's above and what's below when you're in this position. Or if we want to be really good, we can use the strap and looping the foot. Great, and release. Okay, last one, Supta Baddha Konasana, coming right into that Shavasana. Just enjoying this gentle back bend in this pose. And then take a tiny little twist, whatever twist you like, just a one breath on each side twist, and then you can straighten out your legs. And we'll take full relaxation.